A combination of climate change impacts and geopolitical rumblings have served to tighten the global supply of food and thus pushing up its price. And this became more stark in 2023, just after Russia began its war on Ukraine, when a multiple of commodity prices surged, resulting in many parts of the global economy experiencing 40-year high inflation levels.
Currently, we've got a double issue. We're still in the throes of El Nino. And we also have the external pressures coming from the international markets, that food availability is a problem from the international markets. And this is also because of geopolitical and climate change pressures. Combined, this means that availability is a real problem. There is constraints, and it means that food costs more.
Professor von Fintel says the higher cost of food meant households having to buy cheaper foods or less food, and in turn compromising on their nutritional needs, and noted that stunted growth among children had become a serious issue.
We're particularly concerned about stunting. South Africa, about 1 in 4 children are stunted. Which means they're too short for their age. But it's not just a physical thing. Stunting often predicts what happens into the future. It's a good proxy for nutritional status. In other words, do children have the right diets and nutrition to be able to perform at school and to be able to eventually get a good job? This has really long-run consequences, to have the right basket of nutrition and the right types of foods.
The professor noted that historically social grants had been important in enabling households to buy affordable, nutritious food, but that had become less of a case now with the higher cost of living. He says that the first 1,000 days of a young child's life is crucial in terms of their access to good nutritional food, and suggests that there may need to be governmental interventions to address the growing problem of a lack of access to nutritional food by some households.
The first things one could think of doing is looking at early childhood development facilities and thinking of feeding programs there. And the other thing is looking at a key basket of very highly nutritious foods which are cheap enough for poorer households to afford, to think of the discussions around zero rating and being able to make these nutritious foods also more affordable, not just other foods in general.
The contributors to the South African Food Security Index warn that if material interventions don't take place to deal with hunger in the country through collaborative efforts between government and other role players, there's a risk that the index will continue on its declining path. Nompumelelo Siziba, SABC News, Johannesburg.